picking up. Chat's visible, I think. Visible. I hear myself. Everything's looking good. Okay, let me find some shit to watch. Gotta do some scrolling. Wow, look at that dog. Aha. I made it. 10 months ago? I'm so behind. Oh, that's why we're here. Whoa! Whoa! Oro is neat. I've been playing him a little bit on the side, covertly. But not that much online, actually. I've been preoccupied with school. If I just do this... Well, it seems to be approximately aligned. Love OBS.
Now,
Loud on my side. The fastball is super cool. Alright, this seems to be approximately properly aligned already. Damn, what a start. Remember this game? Been a little while since I haven't, since I looked at it. I played it recently. Someone just randomly messaged me on Twitter and was like, "Hey, Bath, first to 5. He was pretty good. I won 5-0 though. I will make a return with those, but I'm just being very lazy about it. What I want to do before that is just upload all the ones I put on the Shuriken Tube to my channel, which I can do because I got permission. I was curious on whether I would even need permission anyway, since I made them. There's like my intellectual property. But it's kind of different when you make something for someone else. Well, no one like made me make them for Shuriken. My whole goal was just to get Shuriken more subs, which I did. Ah, nice catch. Notice that Akuma, when he gets air parried out of that, he like bounces away. There had to be better than that. Maybe just low parry super. Unfortunately, there are no cancels into, like, he only has cancelable lights. In Omega mode, Hugo has low strong super, and it would be really nice if that existed in this game, but it does not. Oh, bad timing. That was horrible. I wonder if that's distance-based or what. Both those fireballs hit on the same frame, and so a single parry was nullifying a hit from both for each parry. Yeah, that's better if it's not meaty, actually. You want the, like, multi-hit fireball to hit first. The red fireball. They're both multi-hit. Akuma can make this really awful for Hugo, and we're seeing a pretty decent example of it. There's so much cool meaty stuff with 5 stone. Air super? I'm surprised you didn't. Why would you not? You have a whole meter to spend. Air super chip kills, I think. This is over. Kind of a scary punish because he had to move in first. Well, he didn't have to move in first. He could have just done raw super. But he was probably like, there were a lot of things that could go wrong there. Like if you start buffering the super and then the last hit of Hugo super hits you. Or if you start buffering too late, maybe you don't get the punish. It was a guaranteed kill, don't get me wrong. It's Ryu's moving pretty nice already. Ooh. He had low parry though, so he couldn't safely do a Tatsu cancel. And after low strong, you don't get donkey kick, I don't think. You might get light donkey kick, but not from where he did it. Ooh. This is, yeah, that can happen. If you don't do, like, you want a really late, meaty fireball. He did it so early that there was no super freeze to interrupt Kuma's DP motion, which meant that he could reliably get the reversal as long as he, you know, hit the reversal timing. Hi. So you want like a, you don't want Akuma to be knocked down when you do Denshin setups against him. It's the same with Mirror if you're playing Akuma, Burien. It's a little bit, yeah, like this. This is the ideal Denshin setup for versus Akuma. That way he can't buffer a teleport motion. Is that coming up? When's Tokyo Game Show? Isn't that coming up in that September? Maybe October? I just want them to announce Dragon's Dogma 2. I'm tired of waiting. There's literally no game I want more. I'd rather have Dragon's Dogma 2 than Street Fighter 6. Car throw. Very difficult. That was just played solidly through and through. That low forward had no real mix tied to it, but Ryu was on a big back foot, so he was probably going for hungry guest parries. The sub. This is why I stream. So I can get those yummy subs and also make YouTube content. Red EX Fireball. Oh, that's free punish. Huge overcommitment. He thought Ryu was going to go in or something. Very nice, that was a punish. V Virgin. This must be one of them guys from the 4chan. Not only good engine. Yeah. That wasn't a punish, I don't think. I don't think. See, that's why parry into Tatsu is sketchy. It's because shit like that can happen. It could be a crouching opponent. Damn, I don't stream in a while and then everyone subs at once. Damn! Damn, he got a grounded jumping combo on that. Akuma did parry early and then like wasn't defending himself when he hit the ground. Even though he didn't commit to anything, he could have just been blocking, but he probably did parry and just, you know, wasn't ready for nothing to happen. Oh my god! Jesus. It's kind of scary parrying that air fireball because you normally when you get an anti-air parry, you freeze and the thing you parry freezes, which is like a jump hard kick or something like that. I don't know who these players are. But when you parry an air fireball, like a meteor air fireball especially, you freeze and the fireball freezes. So Akuma actually like lands and recovers before you do. Good trade for Ryu. Yo! The air fireball hit him, but then it caused the super fireball to miss. But Akuma still came out ahead, so. This is nice play. Akuma's air fireball is not horrible in this game. It's one of the better fireballs. This game is notorious for having kind of bad fireballs. Air fireball does more or less work depending on the matchup. This is mega over. A jumping combo from Ryo on Akuma health does like 45%. Without any meter. Oh no, that's true. With meter it does over 50, I think though. With like an EX. That's a light DP? For what, Oki? Car throw? This is like getting close to like chip kill. This is, oh, that was super confirm. He dropped it. Could already be over. Now it could easily turn around. Yeah. Classic. Very, very short demon flip into the slide. Kind of annoying to punish. And also people just don't block low. Demon flip, like theoretically Shotos can just DP it, but from that far away, DPing is kind of scary. Yeah, give or take. 80% is about right. Oh, got a dash. Probably didn't want it. Probably wanted like a cross-up parry or something like that. Very hard to get those though. Nice Yuko play, I guess. It's hard to keep Akuma in the corner. It's hard to lock him down at all in this matchup. Akuma's neutral dominates Hugo's, but Hugo's damage output dominates Akuma's. Overall, it's good for Akuma, but not like crazy bad. Not super one-sided. I think at the absolute highest level, it could probably be creeping into 7-3 territory, but against most Hugos and most Akumas, it's probably 6-4 in Akuma's favor. But if there's a tipping point, it's probably tipping in Akuma's favor. It's hard to say. Ah, bad confirm. That's the least bad thing that can happen. You can actually get a better punish than that. Wait for the opponent to stop and then you punish. Just hold down back, and then as soon as you see either the run finish or just if you know the duration of the super, you do Crutch, Fierce, Heavy, or Light Tatsu or something like that. Ew, I fell out. You can confirm it anyway. Why do you do it? What was that? Stand Fierce? Was that a super? Or what was that? It's a mystery. Yeah, this kind of this super difficult screen control. Nice, great shoot down. You have to do it predictably to catch like that. The super, and now Chip super is looking kind of deadly. It's not kill yet, but it's close. Their super is looking really deadly if he gets like one more hit. Ugh, that was horrible movement. This could go either way now. Okay, now it's over. Could confirm for a super 3. Any clap confirms super. 2 jabs confirm super. That's mostly it. Those are the main confirms. But you just do, whenever you do a clap, you can do quarter circle, and if you see the clap hit, you can do SA3, and it's reliable. The downside is that if it's a really far away clap, sometimes you have to do like a little micro run with the super before it'll hit. And you have to do that, for example, with like the 3 clap into SA3 as well. And that's pretty hard to do. I mean, stand light kick cancels, but you have to confirm into stand light kick. You can't just do raw let's stand light kick super, I don't think. Well, you can, but like you can't confirm it, I don't think. That's nice. And he does the jab combo. No taunt though. The main reason people do that combo over the hard DP combo is usually because they want the taunt. Nice. Jump over and then parry. Wide towards strong, that was a mistake, for sure. Yeah, if you just want to combo into it, you've got more options, but they're not great. Low short and stand short both go into super. Low short super is, you can't confirm it. Well, you can confirm it from like a jump normal or something like that, or like clap. But low short super is something that Hugo players occasionally do just as like a YOLO move. Hugo has like a decent overhead presence, and just doing like a raw low super will catch people trying to jump out of command grabs, and it'll catch people trying to block overheads. Oh, the cross up Tatsu hit. Punishing Tatsus is a bit of a trick in this game because they don't push you. They just go over your head. And also there's no crouching flag. It's just purely like hitbox size. So if your character can't duck a Tatsu, you're fucked. And if your character can duck a Tatsu and they have like certain crouching moves, they'll unduck into the Tatsu. For example, as Oro, I think either all of 6 or 5 of my 6 crouching buttons will move me into a tall enough that Tatsu will hit me. Even the ones that visually don't. So I punish Tatsus just by doing Oniyama. Nice, good chase. Missed this teleport. It's a very deadly scenario. Akuma has one more escape than most characters, but like, the escape is kind of hard to do, and it's not even like, you know. It's a mix-up if you don't get it. Very nice. Good use of the air super. The air super is usually really bad. It's really good for chipping the opponent out though, because it's actually pretty hard to get out of the way. It's kind of annoying to punish. And in scenarios like that, you can occasionally use it as part of like an air to air. I think it does less damage than the ground super, but I could be wrong. Whereas SA3, the air super actually does more damage than the ground super. Nice. Air clap, and then got the Oki. If you get anti-air clap like that, you can get EX Lariat, but he didn't have meter yet. If you're close, you might be able to get like towards Fierce, but he was really far. What the fuck? What was that? What do you want? Lane DP. That was super strange. What would you do there? Red Fireball? Demon Flip? Maybe you want a Demon Flip. Nice. Interesting anti-air. Left orbs Fireball. Honestly, you could probably get away with doing like low forward toss through anti-air in this matchup. Nice. I don't think most people would do empty jump parry or empty jump low block. Stamina House is a real overhead. It's like the overhead that everyone forgets. The Akuma is literally dead to an SA1. Now he's extra dead to an SA1. This could end at any moment. If that was SA1, it would be over. That would have, SA1 would have failed there, because it won't catch overhead. From frame 1 until, like, after the second hitbox. Frame 1 for the whole recovery. Frame 1 to the whole recovery. Akuma S towards strong is still invincible. Nice. That's a scary scenario because Hugo, it doesn't just hit as soon as it connects with you. Hugo can delay it by like holding kicks. So not only is it like pretty hard to react to, but like you don't technically know when the parry timing is. He did it at a pretty predictable time, which was probably just the best time to do it if you want to interrupt something. Interesting matchup. Jump light kick. Whoa. Common if you want to tick, I guess. Early jump hard kick is good. Very common to do an early heavy if you want to do a throw reset of some variety. And Q can threaten. There's a clap into super. Q can threaten really nice throw resets because even if he's really far out, he's got a car throw. You're inside his throw range even if he's not inside yours. Makes Q quite deadly in that one particular context. Universal overhead is probably not a normal I would ever suggest people do in this matchup. There's a car throw, I think. Russian Deadly Blow didn't work. Ooh, that was actually a super good Jinx jump, as it turned out. That Dizzy Bar looking a little sketch, but probably not going to turn into anything. Maybe, maybe. Dizzy Bar's looking real high now. One body press and he's stunned. SPD might have stunned too. Oh, okay. That might have still been a punish. Body press into just like jab super would have killed. And that was confirmable during the jump. He could have just seen that it was a command grab and been like, okay, here I go. Hi. This is a very cool matchup, so I'm glad we're seeing it again. Q's normals are pretty bad, but here they can actually do a little bit of work because Hugo's movement is so shitty. Oh, the heavy clap. I mean, the heavy slaps. You don't normally see that ender. It gives the longest Oki, I think, which lets Q get up a taunt even if his opponent's in the corner, and he's right next to his opponent. It's hard, huh? For who? I think this matchup's pretty even in my experience. Generally, it's like a crutch normal, I feel. Crutch high punch for Q. It doesn't really do anything against a good player. Like, yeah, it's a low. Cool. He didn't taunt. Taunt was guaranteed there. He was just like, nah. Nice. Good confirm. 2 jabs. It's the first super confirm I ever learned, by the way. I would do like forward throw or back throw as Hugo and the opponent's right next to you. And then I would just do like body press, and if it hit, I would do jab jab super. I like didn't know what a confirm was, but I like figured out I could do it. I literally figured out confirms. Of course, it had already been figured out by much better players than me, but I didn't know about that. But it was just like that was like my little combo that I would do. And then it was like, wait a second, I'll just not do the super.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
If they're blocking. It's a hard matchup, I think. I don't think it's like super duper bad, but it could be like 7-3. I would say Dudley approximately has the best, definitely the best variety, but in general, maybe the best normals in the game. And his movement's pretty quick too. So he can just bully tons of characters on the ground.
Are you ready? Go.
Maybe Chun-Li is the best normals in the game. I thought about that before. Dudley has like more good normals, but the best Chun-Li normals are better than the best Dudley normals. Ooh. I think you can do some short swing blow stuff on Q. So you get extra damage in the corner. Generally speaking, Q's falling hurt box is a massive, massive detriment to him. And every character gets like cool combos on him they don't get on other characters. Nice whiff punish. No, never mind. It was almost a nice whiff punish. Whiff punishing Dudley's pretty hard. There you go. That doesn't work mid-screen on almost anyone. It's probably Q only. Short Swing Blood does quite a lot of damage, so if you can combo into it, it's pretty strong. I think you can also do light shorts or light machine gun blow into towards forward uppercut or something like that. There's some other stuff you can do versus Q. Jump Fierce is a good normal. Oh, whiff punish. Whiff punish buffered Sermonos. Difficult. Dudley was minus there after his short swing blow whiffed, but he just did a parry. That's the big thing about Third Strike compared to all other Street Fighters. Is that the whole scenario being minus, it's still bad to be minus, but you can turn it around very easily. And if you're plus, the opponent can turn it around very easily. So being minus or plus is much less important. Of course, at the absolute highest level of play, you know that having to rely on parries is something that can be exploited. Oh no! Nice whip punish. He should have buffered. Oh, very nice. That's very hard to react to. If you're not blocking when it happens and it's close, you're probably just gonna get hit. That's a hard knockdown anyway. He lost all the hits. Oh, no super. He didn't have it. I don't think super actually adds that much damage though.
Now, let's fight like gentlemen into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Very nice anti-air. That Hado. This is dire. Dudley could die here. Yep. Do 50-50 for a game. We got it right. Early parry versus light parry is the 50-50, but almost everyone does early parry. So even though both options are like a guess with each other, oh, there you go. People usually pick option A. So Ryu's usually predict option A. Ryu did low parry into I think Crouch Fierce Tatsu, which works on Dudley because he's so tall crouching that Tatsu still hit him. Dudley has one of the tallest crouching animations in the game. So that's like a little weapon Ryu has in this matchup. Remember that Ryu versus Dudley tournament, and then that other one? Remember the two separate Ryu versus Dudley tournaments this game had? Yeah, that is the perfect Denjin defense we just saw. Go for the instant parry predicting, you know, him release it immediately. If he doesn't release it immediately, make some space, and then just wait and react. Monday, just for me, I can probably do it then. I'll show up to the next one. Maybe I'll even stream it. Steal all those sick views. Nice. Oh. Low parry, but he didn't actually punish the low short. Throw was probably the thing that Necro should have done. It looks like he did like low parry, high parry or something like that. Or just like low parry, like who knows. Two low shorts worked. Alright. Nice little movement by the Necro. Oh, that's a matchup experience right there. Oof. It's alright, it's alright. Necro's turning it around. Is he actually SS or is he actually B? SS? I mean, low strong is the god normal. But I don't know that much else about Guy that would make me say, holy shit, this guy's SS. He kind of shits damage. He kind of gets damage for 1 bar what other characters get for 2 bars. Just something I noticed. He gets like a little bit less for 1 bar than most characters get for 2. The strong is like so crazy though. Yikes, slide level 2 crumple ultra 1. I didn't know that. It's funny. Yeah. Ah, nice punish. Is stand hard punch and TX run overhead a combo? It's not, right? Or is it?
Are you ready? Go.
Wow. Shit. I'm an idiot because that wasn't in the guy video I made. Ah, he missed the stand around us, or towards forward, or whatever he wanted. He missed his in between normal. GG. You got low roundhouse in the corner, and now you're dead, regardless of what your health was. Deadly's low roundhouse is pretty slow, you can react to it. You can even low parry it on reaction if you're good and you play the matchup a lot. But, man, it's rewarding. And his overhead presence is so good that that low is going to work sometimes. It's like an 18 frame low or something like that. Or a 20 frame low, I don't remember. That was a punish. Easy punish. A lot of characters have a hard time punishing that. That's not even going to hit. Oh! What happened? I think we're still blocking. Oh, super confirm! Ah, GG. That was a nice punish.
You win. Now. Let's fight like gentlemen. Prepare to strike. Now.
It's like Tekken, huh? Nice. Ryu parried the anti-air stand strong and Dudley just canceled to DP. He's like, fuck your parry. That's... I would call that a bad trade. For Dudley. GG. Ryu gets super anti-kills. Yeah. Nice.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Nice. Annoying parry. Oh, he probably parried way earlier than that. Yeah, perfectly timed engine. Now this is probably in Ryu's favor, I would say. Oh, now it's 100%. Now he gets a kill combo, or like a knockdown into a Denjin again. Where was the Denjin? Did he not believe in it? Was he just like, I could die if this Denjin doesn't pan out? Maybe he was afraid of Wake Up Super.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Good jumping combo. Oh, fucking reversal DP. Necro, generally speaking, can't combo out of his drills. So if you're gonna YOLO DP after a successful drill, that's not actually a horrible idea. Nice parry. What a sad little jump jab. Drilling over Ryu's head might have been good. I think Necro was afraid that Ryu would release immediately. But like a light drill there would have been nice, I think. Or whatever the very horizontal one is, I think it's light drill. I was relying on Ryu being crouching, but he wasn't. Ryu has a hard time punishing that low grab, though. I must not stream enough. Nice. Yeah, see, it was delay to catch Necro's immediate parry. Has it really been a month? God, I hope not. I knew it had been a while. My semester started and I just got caught up in school, even though it only meets once a week. There have been some other things I've been doing. Ah! I lost some weight. That's always nice. Oh, yeah, perfect. Great play by the Necro. The instant second parry, probably done pre-freeze. The play there, because he parried the Hado, the play there for Necro was to do a button instantly. The parry was not dangerous, what he did, but it was maybe not optimal. So like parry the fireball and then ignore the Denjin and just hit a button. Just hit like back strong and then confirm super. And then if Ryu releases immediately, it hits, but it's a level 1 Denjin because he doesn't have time to charge anymore if you hit a button instantly. I eat just lower calorie food, honestly. I don't snack as much. I lost a ton of weight with a very simple strat, which was every day I would have other meal. I would have like one other meal, but my breakfast would be a bowl of oatmeal. Yeah, Denjin's up safe up close. It depends on how charged it is. Level 1 charge is always unsafe, unless it dizzies. I would have a bowl of oatmeal for breakfast and boneless skinless chicken breast for dinner. And both of those are pretty filling while having like no calories. So my breakfast of oatmeal was like 200 calories and it was filling as hell. And my dinner of 2 chicken breasts was like 250 calories and also filling as hell. So I had one meal like for the rest of my day. Well, I don't have that much oatmeal. It doesn't take that much oatmeal to be filling, is the thing. Oatmeal's super heavy. Anyway, I was having like 550 calories across 2 meals. So as long as, you know, like even if I was having like a 1,000 calorie meal for my final meal, I was still losing weight. Which I wasn't. Salt and yogurt. I mean, and salt and oatmeal. I usually cut up a banana in my oatmeal. So I said like 200 calories for my oatmeal, but actually it would be like 300 because I'd have a cut up banana in it. Oatmeal plus yogurt is very, very high level. Top tier breakfast. Nice meaty low short. Brown sugar's nice, I've done that. Ah, that reminds me, I was going to buy toothpaste at the store today and I forgot. Damn it. I heard honey and I was just thinking about things you buy once every never. And then it reminded me my toothpaste tube is almost out. Fuck. I probably got like at least 5 more days worth in there. I went to the store and there was not a cloud in the sky today. And then as I was leaving the store, it was barely sprinkling, but there were like bright flashes every like 10 seconds. Some crazy ass giant thunderstorm happening like 2 cities away. But it wasn't even raining where I was. It was loud too, and like every like time there was thunder, it like the ground would shake. It's crazy. It's almost always like idyllic weather here in SoCal. So whenever there's any sort of thing that's not quite so idyllic, it's always weird as hell. Nice confirm. That confirm makes Dudley so scary. Wow, optimal. You see how he whiffed a Stam Roundhouse before he punished? That's meter build, baby. I've been seeing a lot more stuff in stores that's like keto diet, and I like buying it, so you know I don't give a shit. I don't like follow any sort of diet, but whenever I look at the nutrition information and it's like pretty low calorie, I'm like, And keto is super low calorie from what I can tell. Every time I see like, you know, keto version, it's like 200 calories shaved off from like whatever it would be I would be eating.
Prepare to strike. Now.
I always see it with like the what do you call it, like the cauliflower rice or the broccoli crust pizza or shit like that. I don't even eat pizza anymore. But to be honest, whenever they sub like some part of something with vegetables, I love that shit. Like they don't need to like sell it to me. They don't need to be like, oh, like zucchini can be just as good as spaghetti. I'm like, you don't need to tell me, I already know. Just give me the. I'd rather have the zoodles than the fucking whatever. I prefer the cauliflower crust pizza. I'm dead serious. I just like the flavor. I like the consistency. If it's healthier, like, even better.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Yeah, I do too, actually. I like turkey bacon. Vegan cheese, I'd just probably not even have cheese. Just the other day I made pasta with sausage. And I was making it with one of my friends. And then we got back from the store. We like bought all the ingredients and then started cooking. And we got back and it was like, oh shit. We forgot the shredded fucking mozzarella. So we had pasta with no cheese. It was all like homemade. We didn't do it from like a mix or anything. We didn't have like a we did our own sauce. If you know what I mean. But it was a cheeseless pasta. No milk, no cheese, zero dairy, no butter actually either. Zero dairy pasta. Tasted alright. Probably been a lot better with some mozzarella. It was mozzarella. Well, it wasn't a mozzarella. It was supposed to be mozzarella. And then tomato paste. Diced tomato. Sausage, garlic, onion, red pepper. And then we used rotini. Rotini's a pasta I never buy, but like thinking about it, it's like, why the fuck do I never buy this? It's basically penne, but easier to pick up with a fork. And with more surface area. And penne is already one of the best pastas, and now you got one that's just like a flat upgrade. And I was thinking to myself, like, well, why the fuck do I never get rotini? I need to see it. Hold on, let me get my phone. I don't even know what Gamelli is. About to find out. I was like, what pasta do you want? And he was like, ooh, this looks nice. Yeah, I've had this. It's just fine. He was like, anything but angel hair. And I was like, bruh, that's my favorite pasta. And he's like, okay, let's try it. And I was like, no, you just literally said it's the only one you don't want. I'm not gonna get that one. So we got rotini. Fucking love angel hair. I feel like with sausage, you want, I don't know, something short and stout. I wouldn't want sausage with, spaghetti or something. Can't explain it. Nice in here. I hate jumping in against others who do that. Rotini might become a regular for me. That's how impressed I was. I was like, shit, why don't I get this instead of penne?
Are you ready? Go.
Recently I had small penne. My mom just bought it from the store instead of regular penne for whatever reason. I don't know what her thinking was. And it was even harder to pick up with a fork. I was just like, this amplified one of my least favorite things about penne. It's how fork unfriendly it is. You can always stick a fork through one of the holes, I guess. I said one of the holes, but when you think about it, a penne pasta thing only has a single hole. It's like that a drinking straw only has a single hole. You wouldn't say the holes of a donut. Maybe you would. Probably say the hole of a donut. Drinking straw is just a really long donut. Topographically speaking. Topologically? What's the word for that? Math with shapes. Ah, it's so annoying. Geometry? That's not quite the word I wanted. Topology. Perhaps. Nice universal overhead. Topologically. Is that what I said? I think that was one of them, but now I don't remember. I think I said both topographic and topological. Imagine being an expert on shapes. You probably know such cool shapes. When I was a kid, my dad took a piece of paper, like a strip of paper, and he cut it. And then he, well, he took paper, he cut into a strip. And then he flipped it over, and then he taped it onto itself, and he's like, hey, look, it's a Mobius strip. This is an object with only one side. And I was like, bruh. I think it's slightly in Dudley's favor, but like very slightly. It's usually considered to be pretty even. Most of Ryu's matchups are pretty even, honestly. Wow, round start fierce just worked. Looked like I beat a Hado or something. Urian's pokes aren't horrible, but they're very unrewarding. He just kind of like whacks you a little bit. Wine bottle. That's like the bottle with no inside or something like that. Would have been really hard to shake out of that. Maybe impossible. Fighters ready. Engage. We were already talking about it. You missed it. I hate to hear low strong. See, like, there's no, like, crush counter fierce in this game, so Urian just gets to stand fierce, and that's that. Oh, EX mirror? Yo! He, jump right off, stand strong, EX uppercut, or something like that. Or EX headbutt, rather. This is super deadly. Yeah, Urian can just win here. Oh, he missed a medium tackle. Now he's got to burn the third bar. If he had that medium tackle, it wasn't going to kill, but it was, like, a much more, like, you know. He probably could have won with that burning meter. Oh, wow. Ryu stand forward, dodged Urian low roundhouse, and vice versa. Ah, was that a red parry attempt? It's actually a very nice little thing about this matchup. Alright, what's the guess? Oh, yeah, good read. What is... Oh, he actually didn't hit the mirror. But I think that Urian wanted heavy tackle and got low roundhouse. I think that was supposed to be heavy tackle. Mirror's here. This is now pretty deadly for Ryu. Yeah. EXDP was actually just not even a wake-up option.
You win.
The Denjin probably destroyed the Hado once it got reflected, and Denjin does not get reflected by mirror. It just subtracts hits off of the Denjin until it disappears. Denjin's one of the few, I think it's the only super fireball that doesn't get reflected. Whereas boogers get reflected, Ryu SA1, Akuma SA1 get reflected. Yang Super 1, I mean not Yang, Sean Super 1 gets reflected. What are some other fireball supers? Oro SA2 gets reflected. Did I say that one? I don't know about Urian SA2. When would you ever see that, you know what I mean? Denjin just gets destroyed though.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Doesn't bounce. It's pretty balanced the way it works right now. If it bounced back, it would be maybe overpowered. Nah, Yagiyama bounces back. I think it loses a hit, but I don't remember. They might all lose hits, I have no idea. If two Aegises bump into each other, I think they both just get destroyed. Interesting question. I'm sure I've seen that a bunch of times. It's something that like could easily happen in the matchup.
You win. Now.
Topologist could be like, oh man, check out this 4D shape.
Engage.
You can't even view it. You can't even get an idea of what it's shaped like unless you view it from like in motion. I would have kept that, to be honest. I would have been like, fuck it. Just win without using meter. Ryu will get a lot of it back though. Yeah, look at that. He's almost at another super. This is footage from October of last year. It's a year old. So it's relatively recent. It's recent in the spectrum of Third Strike. I don't really like that Denshin setup. If you don't release the Denshin immediately, the opponent gets pushed too far away. So they can just reaction parry. So you kind of like forced to release immediately. I don't know. Shitty fucking Japanese arcade footage. Because the game is from 20 years ago. There's your answer. There, Tatsu. Oh, that's a good shit.
You win. Fighters ready. Engage.
Interesting. Nice jump in. Big damage. If that Shoryu hit, it would have been like a Denshin setup. So like little moments can just decide whole matches in Third Strike. True for a lot of old fighting games. Hard to punish is Ryu. Ryu, if it's like low forward doesn't punish, his punishes are garbage. Or like if his sweep doesn't punish, perhaps. Like a sweep is kind of a garbage punish in and of itself. If you block a super and get a sweep in return, it's kind of sad.
Engage.
Nice. Oh, that's extra damage because it was a Rose too. Oh my god, Ryu's getting fucked up. He actually blocked wrong the deadly. That wouldn't have been a parry either with his block timing. Ooh. But cross-up Tatsu is really hard to hit in this game. It's very precise. For SF3 where it's kind of free.
Final round. Engage.
Nice little parry. Oh, Ryu actually crossed up there. There's like a game on Steam, I think, where you can look at 4D shapes. You've got like a slider to move through the fourth dimension. It's very neat. Nice, that kills. Holy hell. Dudley's like considered lower than crouching when he's doing his ducking.
Into the heat of battle.
Cool little buffer. Just 3 lows. What a schmicks. Skills. 3 lows is like the lowest commit thing Urian can do. Oh, that's bullshit. Dudley's bullshit. Ducking just dodged both hits of Urian's Crouch Fierce. Why is it like that? That's so stupid. One amusing thing about the matchup with Oro and Urian is if I low parry the first hit of Urian's Crouch Fierce and hold down, the second hit never hits me. Because I'm too small. Difficult to punish. Urian's got a lot of low tier like features, if you know what I mean. And one of them is scenarios like that. He has a really hard time. Urian's just a low tier riding like one extremely top tier thing. Here it is. It's this. Knee drop was probably good to do there. He probably had unblockable. But he didn't get down charge. Great confirm. Nice blocking. Oh my god. Scary. Urian played it perfect. Waited for the reactable thing and parried it. Okay. Not actually a punish. That's the downside with anti-air parry into Crouch Fierce. It's a very common thing for Urians to do, but it's not guaranteed. Oro theoretically is like as tall as Ryu, or taller. But in his standing animation, his knees are super bent, so he's like tied for the shortest character when upright, along with like twins. And then when he's crouching, he's like tied for the shortest character when crouching. He just gets really low. Even though actually, physically speaking, he's not actually that short. I think officially he's 5'10", which is like the average men height. Nice, super annoying anti-air. Nice little combo. Average manlet height, 5'10". And then the Crown Prince of Manlets will be 5'10 and a half. And the King will be 5'11". Nice. I wonder if anyone's ever put Doom on a camera. Ah, fuck, I'm a manlet. I'm 6'1". I'm like moderately tall. 180th percentile in height. And I feel like height doesn't matter at all, but like maybe I can only say that because I'm moderately tall. I think it's funny whenever someone like makes a big deal out of height because I just feel like it doesn't matter. TI-83. I have not seen that. That jab, parry into jab. I guess Wolfenstein is easier to run than Doom. I used to have the Super Nintendo port of Wolfenstein 3D. I didn't really like it that much. I never played Doom, but like one time I went to one of my friend's house and his dad was playing Doom on the computer and he's like, kids don't look. And we went and did something else. But I remember thinking to myself like Doom is a game for adults. Anyone have memories like that? Oh, that was a... He had to charge partition there, but it was a very easy charge partition. And, you know, by that I mean still hard for, like, most tech in this game. You just swap blocking directions as the opponent passes over your head. Very, very easy. Nice! That's a punish, right? You got that again. Yeah.
You win. Now. Are you ready? Go.
I'll search it after the fact. I hate doing stuff that's not third strike when I'm here streaming third strike. Pretty deadly. What? Crouch Fierce? Huh? Urian jumped away. Ah. He missed the last one. Oh my god. What a round. Dudley felt bad. He's like, hey, you can do it. Try again. That's not a super hard parry. It's actually one of the easiest super parries in the game. But the first parry of it is one of the hardest parries in the game. Because you've got one frame post-freeze to get the parry. It's pretty easy if you get the pre-freeze parry. Oh, love this scenario. Goes low. Oh, red parry! Red parry is really smart to go for there. It's not too hard to react to what Urian does if he does like an overhead. Urian's overheads aren't that fast. That's like the one thing that makes Aegis kind of fair. So, like, Stamina House is pretty reactable towards strong. It's pretty reactable towards fierce. Pretty reactable, I mean. Forgot what button it was on for a sec. And then Universal Overhead's hard to react to, but most Urian players don't really like that one. It's still not that bad. Oh, I'm certain that the jump back was not intentional. Sand Medium Punch, EX Headbutt is a common launcher for Urian. I wouldn't call it common, but it's like something Urian players should know how to do. But you just charge fully down, and then you release down, hit Medium Punch, and then hit up plus punches. You get the full charge beforehand, it's not a partition. It's just kind of a weird buffer. I do that myself with Oro. It's actually easier to do in this game than it is in SF4, SF5. Although it's actually possible in all three games.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Nice. Anti-air cross under into low is very obnoxious. Reacted to the quick stand. Tension setup didn't pan out. Ryu's usually alright, especially if it's like a meaty. If it doesn't pan out. He's almost got another dungeon. A lot of people just backdash as soon as they eat a tackle mirror. Ryu did it there and got clipped by the sweep. Giriam was like reading the backdash. Backdash is not a good option for invincibility in this game, it has none. But it is a decent option for mobility.
Are you ready? Go.
And it's a little bit difficult for Urian to prevent you from doing that backdash. And it dodges the mix-up, it gets you out of the way of the mirror. It's fun talking about Third Strike again. It's been a while since I've done this and I've got something to say about just about every scenario. Oh yeah, Seth is an obvious reference to Urian. Or rather, Seth and Urian are both an obvious reference to Gil since he predates both of them. So what hop over lows? Backdashes? I think there's airborne frames on some backdashes, but it's not universal.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Like, maybe like Twins or Remy have some, like, airborne frames or something. I feel like there's someone with airborne frames, but I don't know who. Maybe Ibuki? It's not frame 1. Oh, look at that. Twins have like a super long backdash. It's not very good. Good for very specific things. Twins have a lot of broken shit in this game, but the backdash, meh. Forward dash pretty meh as well. Dash is actually one of their weak points. Ah, perfectly caught him with that low forward. See how like low forward takes so long to whiff? Nice, I love that juggle. The forward takes so long to whiff that Ryu like fully jumped in, landed behind Necro, and punished him with a throw as he whiffed low forward. That's the problem with Necro, so much of his stuff is really committal. Necro SA1 is frequently used. It used to be a lot more used than it is nowadays, but it's quite good. It generally has better neutral than SA3, but it doesn't. It's not as good at punishing. It's about as good as punishing. It doesn't do the dizzy output, and the multiple super stocks are both very good with SA3. SA1 is better as an ATR, significantly better as an ATR, but that's usually not a huge factor. I think SA3 is also a little bit cheaper, but that's not a big factor either because all of Necro Supers are extremely cheap. SA2 is a big meme, but SA1 and SA3 are... Like, if SA3 is like a 10, SA1 is probably like an 8. And maybe a 9. And in certain matchups, people really like it, like Hugo. Very commonly, Necro players run SA1 versus Hugo. Because it controls his jumps very well. Yeah, he hits a red parry. Difficult scenario. You go for it? Yup, he went for it. Just didn't get it. It's actually one of the easiest red parries in the game, just because, like, I mean, it's always a little bit random and scary. Well, it's not truly random, but you know. There's always just the possibility that as you move over, that's like the frame that you get hit. Fuck FF14. Did you play it? Or did you give up? You never even tried. I only played FF14 like those 2 times. It was fun too, that's the funny thing, is like I didn't even dislike it. I just got caught up in other stuff. I'm doing school. What the fuck? Everyone made a Dragoon. Are you guys fucking for real? Chad made one too. I literally made a Lancer, like, trying to make a Dragoon. And then, like, you came in, you were like, oh, I'm gonna fucking make a Dragoon. Chad came in, he's like, I'm gonna make a Dragoon. It's like, what the fuck? I looked at Scholar too, I was like, this is kinda cool. No, I didn't. I forgot Limon was a thing. That name is nostalgic to me. I haven't thought about that in fucking years. Damn, didn't we get married? I thought it was weird that you even went like... You like acted like MapleStory was like a shitty game. Which, you know, it is. And then you like got a bunch of paid shit on it, and I was just really baffled by that at the time. I was like, you don't even like the game, why are you getting like cash op stuff? Like, none of us played with that cash op anything. And you were like the most critical of the game of anyone. That like caught me super off guard. Not long after that, they introduced the paid experience cards. And then MapleStory became one of the most notorious pay-to-win games of all time. You get 2 times experience if you buy the cards. Damn, did you hear about the fucking massive debacle of MapleStory on my channel recently? What a mess. I could probably tell that story now because I think the dust is kind of blown over. I got 2 copyright strikes on... I got 4 copyright strikes on Twitch and 2 on YouTube. For having Maple content on my channels of both Twitch and YouTube of me playing MapleStory private servers. And a guy like massively filed a bunch of copyright strikes over all the videos. And my Twitch was actually deleted, and my YouTube was threatening to be deleted. And Twitch didn't even tell me why. It's the funny thing. Twitch literally just deleted my account, didn't send me an email. I don't know. I think it was just a hater. Whoa, big.
Yeah, I see. Now, find a new rival.
No, this isn't a new account. I got it back. Kind of loud. Probably not loud for you guys, but it's loud for me. Anyway, I emailed the guy and I was like, what do I have to do to make this right? And he was like, well, the first thing I did was challenge the copyright strike because I thought it was the only way I could make it go away. And then he was like, I was gonna work with you, but like because you challenged the copyright strike, I'm just gonna like have your account deleted. And he like claimed to work for Nexon. And then I did some googling on this guy, and apparently he's so people say he's unaffiliated with Nexon in any way, and he just like mass reports anyone who has like content and claims to be working on behalf of Nexon. He lives in South Korea. He's got like a South Korea LinkedIn or whatever. Anyway, my Twitch was deleted, my YouTube was threatening to be deleted, and I've got a bunch of videos that I couldn't like, you know, didn't want to lose. And I was just like, I'll do whatever you want. And he was like, okay, let me contact Nexon. And then a day passed where I didn't have any sort of contact with him. And I was like, you know, what do I do? And he was like, he like had me make a YouTube video apologizing for like playing on private servers and telling people not to do it. And I was just like, if it gets you to take off the things, then I'll do it. And then I did it. I actually did it. I was this guy's bitch. And then he actually canceled the claims. Oh, but this story has like a great ending that like a huge twist ending that like most people don't even know about. Well, two twist endings because I haven't actually told anyone yet. Twist ending number one is right as he canceled all the copyright strikes, Google ruled in my favor that the guy didn't have like the authority to tell me to stop. He's like, well, actually, we didn't find any copyright content, and I think it did that like anyway. Like the copyright was still evaluated, even though he canceled the claim. When they sent me the email, it's like, you know, no copyright violation. And then also the guy, this is the weirdest part, the guy subbed to me on Patreon for $10 per month. I think he still subbed to me, and it's just like, huh. That truly made me like completely just, I didn't get what was going on at all. Just very strange encounter with this guy. From what I could tell, he'd like never, he had no like, he didn't know anything about my channel. I could probably sue him if I actually lost shit, but I didn't actually lose shit. I have no damages. I was really nervous for 2 days, and then it went away. It was a very stressful 2 days. I've been working on my YouTube channel since 2013. For it to suddenly be threatened to be deleted because of one guy. And for my Twitch to actually be deleted because of one guy. Oh, the Twitch was also really hilarious because Twitch has really ridiculously backwards stuff when it comes to copyright strikes. So Twitch will tell you how many of your videos are have copyright strikes, and it'll tell you to delete them, but it won't tell you which videos have copyright strikes. It's just like 2 of your videos have copyright strikes. Then I look at my videos, I've got 3,000. It's like, okay, what are they? And it's like, oh, we told you in an email. And I looked, and I literally never got an email from Twitch. Like 100% sure. Not putting a spam box or anything. And so literally, the thing suggests that you just delete all archives. It's like, oh yeah, just click delete all videos, and it'll make the copyright videos go away. Like that, it actually suggests that on the thing. It's like, clear out your videos. It errs very strongly on like ensuring that the MCAs like go through. It's like, well, we don't want to get sued. No, I didn't do it. I only had 2 strikes for a little bit, and then the guy filed 2 more at the same time. And so I went straight from 2 to 4, and my account was instantly deleted. Without warning and without... I literally just tried to log in. It's like this, this account has been shut down. Won't even let me go in.
Prepare to strike. Now.
I was just really caught off guard by how shitty the whole thing was. I feel like a lot of different systems were all just completely failing me there. That this guy could just, like, do copyright infringement claims on behalf of someone else that he was unaffiliated with. And that I had to respond to them, or else I was, like, I suffered severe damages. Cool little combo. I think that worked if Dudley wasn't in the corner, but he just did it. And then, like, YouTube did work with me eventually, but it was slow, and Twitch just completely refused to work with me.
Are you ready? Go.
What else is going on in my life recently? I'm studying to be a red tech. I was like, this law shit's not working, and by that I mean I decided that in like 2015. What? This is fucking YouTube footage. Have you ever been on my fucking Twitch in your life? This is like the most often thing I stream. Most frequent. This is literally all I do. I broadcast like fucking arcade footage of Third Strike.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Nice punish. What was my punish? Nice mix. Nice something. Oh, he tried for some keeper Jin bullshit and couldn't get it. Do you know about Bad Balance? I made this series that actually got like pretty popular on the YouTube. People like it. No, I can't play Yang next. This is me, I'm the Ryu. People like Bad Balance. That's me. I'm the Bad Balance guy. I'm the desk. Nice. Got re-cornered plus tons of meter back. I hate that. That's my least favorite thing. It's when you jump at Yun and he towards pierces it and hits you from the back. Every time that happens, I just want to die.
Fighters ready. Engage.
I am the Super Mario 64 ROM hack guy. Nice. Dive kick in the corner crosses up in this game, I think on everyone. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a twin player. It crosses up on Oro, and Oro, no other character can cross up Oro in the corner. But dive kick from twins does. Online training is a feature that needs to come back. There needs to be more cooperative stuff in fighting games, but I don't even have a clue on how to implement that. The closest I've seen was like the tag teams in like MK9. Reverse dramatic battle from Alpha 3. Where you and your friend could both play at the same time. And then combo infinite air throws on any opponent. Remember how there was online in Street Fighter Cross Tekken you could have both players control a separate character online, but it was couch co-op only. So you had to be sitting next to someone. And it also, I think it was only on PS3. It wasn't on 360.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Smash. Yeah. Cross Tekken is remembered kind of fondly nowadays, for the people who do remember it at all. There's like one YouTube channel called Psycho Blue that still uploads like regular Cross Tekken content. That's a punish, I think. If Ryu gets that kind of Tatsu, it leaves you kind of far away from him, so even though it's quite minus, getting punishes is harder. But reversal super is pretty good. Bullied him over his last chess game. It probably sucked. Oh yeah, that's probably the one where I was like, there were 2 good moves played in the whole game, and it was the last 2 moves. It was, man, it was a bad game. I think he's getting better. It's hard to say.
Final round. Go for it.
He's like convinced that he's not getting better. But there's a lot of little things in chess. We played together against people recently, and it was fucking hella fun. Like, he came over, and it was just me and him, and we were chilling. And then we hopped on LI Chess. No, it was on chess.com. And we made an account called JLaw's Feet. And we just got to a low rank instantly by throwing. And then we just climbed our way up a little bit. We smurfed. It was one of my first times ever being an actual smurf. And it was hella fun. Hope no one reports my chess.com account now that I've just confessed to breaking the rules. I'll just make a new one. Jaylon's hands.
Prepare to strike. Now.
There were like a lot of little funny moments though. Someone did the thing when you capture like the A2 pawn with a bishop, and then the B2 pawn goes B3 and traps the bishop instantly. That like happened. I was like the opponent did the bishop capture, and I was like, yeah, dude, just go like B3, and then I was like, yeah, now the bishop's trapped. Now you just wander over there with your king and take it. And he was like blown away. He's like, oh my god. Just dab on the opponent's bishop. Nice bishop, idiot. It's not actually that horrible. They get 2 pawns for the bishop because they can just like take the B3 pawn and then get taken. And 2 pawns for bishop is a bad trade, but it's not a game-losing trade. Oh, he wanted to go the other way. PS2 3S, I think, didn't have unblockables. And also, yeah, it's just like the least played version of the game. Or did it have unblockables? I think it... Maybe it did. Which one didn't have unblockables? Was it Dreamcast or PS2? / Xbox? That's super usually autocorrect. It depends on when you do it. People usually do a funny motion, so it's not really an autocorrect. You can autocorrect. Autocorrect does exist in this game. But people oftentimes, as the Dudley player, they do like half circle forward, quarter circle back when they're doing that kind of cross-up stuff. Like a fucking KOF motion.
Are you ready? Go.
Necro is one of the coolest characters in this game, I would say. He's not actually that hard to play. It's a bit hard to win with, perhaps. Nice. Just super jump. Fuck it. You got the special back throw too. He's one of the most unique characters, and because of that, he actually sees a ton of play, even though he's not very, like, dominant in tournaments. He's definitely not helpless, though. He's viable. No character in this game is unviable except Sean and probably 12 too.
Final round. Now.
Everyone else works. You could have shaken out that for sure. I think we had someone shit talk us. No, I don't think we did. Maybe it was after the fact. It's funny, like if I'm playing like if I'm playing like 1500s in chess, there's like no shit talking. You know what I mean? Like I play King's Indian and my opponent plays King's Indian and we both say like Indian game and we just laugh. Apart from that, we never even talk. You know what I mean? But then like I watch my fucking friends' replays. Or like, you know, other replays online, and it's like two 500s playing, and like the 500 shit talk, and it's like, what's going on? Oh, there's all kinds of BM in chess, actually. Chess is like crazy BM. You can like have a winning position and then sacrifice a bunch of pieces and then still win. If you've got like mate in one, you can, and it's unpreventable, you can just sacrifice a bunch of pieces and force the opponent to take them and then still get your mate in one.
Go for it.
This release will trade, yeah. Good trade for Dudley. It was the best Ryu could get, it was the best Dudley could get. And Street Fighter 4 and maybe Street Fighter 5? I don't know about 5, but in 4, if you get dizzy, then the next time you get dizzy, you've got a higher dizzy. Takes more hits to dizzy you. They wanted to avoid people getting dizzy multiple times in one round, I think.
Go for it.
Bit weird because it's something that like never happens. Maybe they were afraid of like Dirty Bull versus like Akuma. They're just like, wow, if you eat 2 Dirty Bulls, you're just gonna get stunned twice. Yeah. It's usually like 2 punishes, then 1 hit would like dizzy the opponent, or like 2 punishes plus 1 grab, or stuff like that. You got a good sense of it after you played the game for a while. Then there was a little bit more intricacy too, because if the opponent was consistently blocking, dizzy wouldn't go down. So even if it had been a little while. Yeah, that's the thing, is why it never happened. Because you would just die before you could get stunned a second time. Because there was no like big high dizzy, low damage thing in SF4. There's a bunch of that in this game. There's stuff like stun gun headbutt and Denjin, where it's absolutely possible to get stunned twice in one round and not die. The matchup in this game is boring. Closest thing to a boring match is anyone versus Chun-Li. It's Chun-Li versus Chun-Li. And even then, Chun-Li versus anyone is not actually that boring because you're kind of rooting for the underdog. It's kind of like, oh man, I hope this Alex can find something versus this Chun-Li. And then probably he doesn't, but you know, it's kind of fun. Chun-Li Alex is pretty bad. Nice. Oh, feels like real boxing. Wow! I like went on this huge tangent about boring. I can't even fucking read. Damn. Alright, everyone just like wipe the last 2 minutes from your head. Did you know that Dudley's towards Fierce and Stand Fierce both super cancel?
Final round. Now.
Oh, why'd he jump? Why would you jump? Why would you leave the ground? Just fucking wait and parry. I don't give a shit if you can approach while you're doing your 5 parries. Just do it. Just parry. Don't play games with Denjin. Denjin's too deadly. Just wait and parry. He never should have got hit by that. You can't ducking through a Denjin, right?
Go.
Oh. Oh, that's actually safe on parry. That's 0. So that throw wasn't a punish. So you just didn't tech it. Still in it. That launch probably would have killed if it hit. I'm not even joking. That low roundhouse would have been a kill. After the taunt,
Now.
with the full juggle. EX DP maybe, but you'll probably not get it out, and it probably trades honestly. So you probably get like one hit of EX DP and then eat Denjin. All the others definitely not. There is no EX ducking. EX short swing blow for sure no. EX cross counter for sure no. EX machine gun blow for sure no. Wow, I explain it every single time I stream this game. Whoa. It's funny that I took the second hit of that overhead to kill.
You win.
He'd be a bit better. It wouldn't be crazy, I don't think.
Are you ready?
Be good though.
Go.
It would make Denjin unquestionably Ryu's best super, I think. And it would give him the big thing that it would give him is Denjin combo into EX follow up. Because oftentimes he'll get like a Denjin and the Denjin will stun and then he'll have to do a meterless combo. And Ryu's 1-bar combos are significantly stronger than his meterless stuff. So if he could do Denjin into jump, roundhouse, stand fierce, EX donkey kick like hard Tatsu, it would up his damage output significantly. Be better against just about every other character. Cross counter doesn't work against fireballs.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Love that. Every time they juggle into the far stand fierce or the stand roundhouse especially, it's just like, oh, it looks like it was meant to be. This normal was meant for this exact scenario. There was the on-hit drill into mash DP. Didn't work out for him that time. We saw that earlier. Good time to challenge, I guess. You need a lot of crouch medium punches, and you just don't have time. You've barely got time to get a jumping combo if you dizzy someone with Denjin. Because the opponent isn't knocked over if they get dizzy with Denjin. Denjin doesn't actually knock down at all. So they're just instantly recovering, and they can mash out oftentimes before you can even get a jump in. A lot of times replayers will just do like dash in, stand fierce because jump in is too slow. Although usually jump in is not. Usually they won't shake out. Love that. The double back fierce into cross under. Very common idea. Stun? I don't know if he had a he was like not point blank, so the follow-ups are a little bit harder. But I feel like he had something there.
Fighters ready. Engage.
But stand jab wasn't gonna stun, I don't think. Just, I don't know what else he could have done. I don't know if he had like back strong or something like that, or electricity one hit. God. So deadly. Empty jump. DP. Does chip damage. They're probably not going to be parrying. Beats throws, I think. Don't quote me on that.
Engage.
I don't know if Dudley's DP actually beats throws. Should have DPs do. Or his DP does. Wow, that forward dash looked super awkward. No, you cannot crouch hard kick forever with perfect timing. This game has a juggle count, and when you get too high on the juggle count, juggles stop working. It works a bit like anime games, actually.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Basically, the higher the number is, the fewer frames you can still juggle before the opponent becomes invincible. So unlike anime games, there's no like flip out. But like anime games, it's got hit stun scaling. But it's not actually hit stun. Well, it is hit stun scaling, but it's like it's based on an invisible counter, and every move inflicts a different amount onto that counter. Well, it's not always different, but you know, a variable amount.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Yes. Well, no. Well, yes. There's no gravity scaling in juggles, but tackles add 1 to the juggle counter, and Urian's launcher inflicts a juggle counter of 2 upon launching. 0 for the first hit because it doesn't knock down, 2 for the second hit. So you can do crouch fierce into 4 tackles, or like 3 tackles and a headbutt, or like crouch fierce 2, tackle 3, EX tackle 2 hits, 4, 5, tackle 6, for example. But then once you hit 6, there's not enough hit stun to get another hit. Usually 6, by the time you hit 6, you only have like 5 frames to get another hit in, so it's like pretty hard to get a follow-up. And then once it's like 8, you only have like 1 frame to get another hit.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
And the only way to make it reset is to hit the opponent with a super. And it's only particular supers. Some supers add to the juggle count, some reset it. Gene resets it, and that's why Gene has infinite juggle potential. Tengu Stones, the only difference between the Tengu Stones for Oro is that one resets the juggle counter and the other one adds to it.
Prepare to strike. Now.
I want to say the counter only goes up to 15, or maybe it just doesn't matter once it gets up to like a certain amount. The one that Crystal Cube made, I think, went up to 15. But maybe it actually goes higher than that. Like if you get jump hard punch Dizzy with Ryu and then do hard DP, that would theoretically put you at 18. Because it's 3 into 15. At 15, you only have a single frame to get another juggle. And of course it can't get lower than 1 frame.
Are you ready? Go.
Well, I guess it can. I guess it can go to 0. Oro and Dudley are both viable at like top tier play. And actually Necro is too. So, you know, don't let that stop you.
You win. Now.
It's kind of funny you say Dudley as well, because Dudley's like usually regarded as 5th best in the game. Competing with the likes of Oro and Akuma, I would say. Would be the ones other people might put in that slot. Maybe Yang. Maybe some guy would be like, oh yeah, Yang. Or Ryu even. I would say if number 5 in the game isn't Dudley, it's probably Akuma. Or Oro.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Much less fun than what? Cannon Twins are fun. You might find Yang a bit boring. He's very straightforward. But you know, there's always Sei and Buu, which is very not straightforward. Dudley above Makoto, I think, is a little bit cursed. I think there's a power gap between Chun-Li and Yun, and then Ken and Makoto, and then there's another power gap between anyone below them. But I think those top 4 are set in stone. Approximate tie, Yun and Chun-Li, then approximate tie, Ken and Makoto. Whoa, Plomp. Rare footage. When will Plomp streams return? Those were the days. I remember them fondly.
Fighters ready. Engage.
The target combo would be a really easy example of something Ken has that Ryu salivates over. The light DP. Ken's light DP is way better than Ryu's. Ryu's isn't even that bad. FF14 is cringe. Play chess with us. Grind chess online and get dabbed on by 600s. Living the life. Chess is cringe. You're not wrong. Chess is one of those games where it's like,
Hey guys, wanna play chess?
like that. Oh, I'd love to see it. He did the fucking juggle to SA3. That was tight.
Are you ready?
Was that from light spin? spinning hook. And it was like a juggle and not like a cancel. Looked whack. That was a punish. It's a really bad cancel. He held it. Dudley actually didn't get hit. Somehow. Fortnite, more like Fartnite.
Final round. Go for it.
Nice. Love that juggle. When are you gonna play the entire Dragon Quest series on stream? What Dragon Quest have you played? Is it just like fucking 7, like 11 or something? Did you play 11?
Now. Are you ready? Go.
Three is the really famous one, and 5, and I guess 8. 3's getting a remake pretty soon. I fucking love 3. A far fierce anti-air. Like a fucking replayer. Came out pretty nice. 6? Listing 6 among the goateds? Huh? 6 is almost always regarded as like the worst one after like 1 and 2. I like it. Don't get me wrong. Well, the job system is horrible. It's got like the worst parts of 7's job system, but even worse because there's fewer jobs and more grinding for them. I think it's actually less grinding, but the game is shorter. And like the game like expects you to get higher levels in the jobs before beating the super boss. Super boss in 6 is fucking mad hard. It's probably the hardest super boss in the franchise.
You win.
In Dragon Quest.
Fighters ready. Engage.
That's the wrong form of its. Never post in here again. Yeah, played the Android. Emulate the Android version of Dragon Quest 3. Like, but unironically do that. I recently found out that FF3 had a Steam port, and I've kind of been thinking about playing that. Dragon Quest 3 in the US is actually called Dragon Quest 6 in Japan. Wrong. iOS version of FF9. Is it good? The Steam version of FF9 had speed up, and holy shit, it makes the game so much better. It's like night and day. I like can't play FF9 without speed now. I need to be on speed in order to play FF9. It does kind of break the game a little bit though, because like you can, it doesn't freeze, it doesn't speed up the timer, so you can get the Excalibur 2 really easily. I think it might be like just literally impossible to get like all the side content plus the Excalibur 2. Like I think there just isn't enough time in FF9. Like a true 100% playthrough is simply not possible.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Cool gamer fact: if you get to 100 hours in FF9, and then do that, or is it, I think it's 1,000 hours in FF9, and then do that 256 times, it will reset it to thinking it's the first 12 hours of the game, and you can get the Excalibur 2 again. There's something like that. But the funny thing about that is if you bought FF9 at release and then had it on continuously from then until now, that amount of time wouldn't have even passed yet.
Fighters ready.
Something like that. I don't remember what the actual, like maybe it's 600 or 65,000 cycles or whatever. I don't remember how many bits it's on. I've never gotten all the content in FF9. There's some that are just awful, like the King of Jump Rope. The thing about the King of Jump Rope is that you have to decide immediately that you're going to try for it, because it's literally in the first like few seconds of the game. And it's such a chore.
Go for it.
And you get nothing. You get nothing. You get an item called the King of Jump Rope that does nothing. It's just there to punish people who are completionists. I've actually never played Vagrant Story. Remember when I like streamed the first quarter of FF4 and then just stopped? Remember when I streamed like 3/4 of Justice for All, Phoenix Wright, and then didn't do the final chapter, even though it's the only good one from that game? I could do that whenever I wanted, I just haven't yet. Just like my playthrough of Deltarune that hasn't happened yet. It's like I should get off my ass and do that shit. Toy Commander. I don't. Did I ever stream that game? I've expressed interest in streaming that game definitely a few times. I love Toy Commander. I love that game. It's very fun. One of my fond Dreamcast memories. Along with like Grandia 2 and Jet Grind Radio and Skies of Arcadia. The circus case in JFA actually is that bad. Actually, it wasn't that bad. When I replayed it, I remember reminiscing. I was like, "This is horrible," but it's not. You know, it just drags, and it's a bit full of itself. And also, like the entire like scheme doesn't make sense if you think about it. The Phoenix Wright game I haven't played in the longest is Apollo Justice 1, which I'd probably like to stream, but I'd have to make my way over to it. I should probably catch up with Ace Attorney. I didn't even play 6. And I haven't played either the ones in Japan. And by Japan, I mean Britain. Ah. I said for years that they just needed like new characters to focus on, and then they made some with new characters, and I just ignored them. What does that tell you about me? There's the drill. There's a punished, I think. I played Ace Attorney Investigations 1 and liked it quite a lot, but I never played Investigations 2. Which is supposed to be one of the best games in the whole franchise. People didn't even really like Investigations 1 that much. I did. I thought it was pretty good. I like the case with the blue badger. Nice. So many games I've been meaning to stream, and here I am watching Third Strike. Love it! Oh, stun juggle. I want fucking Dragon's Dogma 2! There's literally no game I want as much as Dragon's Dogma 2. They're probably trying to come up with some sick story or some shit like that, but I just want gameplay. Just let me climb around on something really big. Give me more jobs. And make Mage not shitty. Give me like 4 or 5 magic units. Just go a little nuts. Make different units heal in different ways. Let Magic Archer be a healer, but he has to like shoot people to heal them. Like fucking Anna? Isn't there like an Overwatch character that does that? Also I'd couch co-op. Or online co-op even. Would be the dream. Dragon's Dogma gameplay with co-op would actually truly be the dream. And I know they can do it because they did Dragon's Dogma Online.
Fighters ready. Engage.
I would like more buffs too, I guess. I'd probably like more skill slots too. 6 was... I'd rather have 9 than 6. There's a lot of skills you just never really used. Just because, like, you know, you didn't have room for them. In Dragon's Dogma 1. More enemies would be good. I just want more of the same. It's already a perfect game, just give me a bigger one.
Are you ready? Go!
The remaster any good? It's the same game, yeah. It's literally the same game. Go play it, it's great. It's one of my all-time favorite games. It survives purely on its gameplay, and man, its gameplay is great. I'd rather beat up someone in Dragon's Dogma than any other video game. Ooh.
Fighters ready.
A true D&D game. It actually, yeah. It's a funny insight. No, multiplayer in Dragon's Dogma 1 is like the biggest disappointment of all time. It would work so well. It is a game made for multiplayer. Instead, I'm just fucking loading people my shitty ass pawn.
You win. You have no... Now. Let's fight. Like prepare to strike. Now.
A lot of the buffs felt like a nuisance to put on your pawns, but like with a multiplayer it would make more sense. You know what I mean? A lot of times you just wanted a pawn to cast buffs on you because you didn't care about losing the attack slots on them. But for you it's like, who's really running like the Mystic Knight skills that buff the pawns? Who's playing mage and then buffing their pawns? No one. But if there was actual local multiplayer, online multiplayer, you'd be running the buffs a little bit. And I'd like to see buffs on pretty much every class. Just like little stuff, you know. Maybe Strider has some way of making everyone run faster or some bullshit like that. I don't care. There were some classes that had so many good skills that I actually just wanted all of them. Like, if I was a magic archer, I would have 1,000 kisses or whatever, so that I could get really high damage while scaling on enemies. That was like a knife skill. And then immolation was super good for getting extra damage while scaling enemies. It gave you like the highest damage while scaling on enemies of any class in the game, I think. But that was a knife skill. And then magic rebalance or whatever that raised your magic attack, like using a magic attack and magic defense, like using a Mage's Preapt or whatever. That was a knife skill. And then it's like I already don't have enough for like fucking Senshin. I already don't have enough for the one that like I already don't have enough for reset. I already don't have enough for the one that like flips, like that flips and lands on the opponent, solar or something, whatever. I don't remember. I already don't have enough for Shadow Pin. There were so many cool skills, and it's just like, wow, I don't have enough room. But like, I'm not gonna ditch the 3 that I just listed. There's no human way you can get me to use a knife and have me not put Scarlet Kisses on. I need it. Immolate is too useful. Magic Rebalancer is too useful. So there was poor balance between the skills and not enough skill slots. And because of that, you always equip the same skills for each job, basically. Mage and Sorcerer had a decent amount of freedom. You could run basically any spell as Mage and Sorcerer, and they were all kind of good. I don't even hear the music in Third Strike anymore, unless it's pointed out to me. It's fine. None of it leaves a very strong impression on me. The only one I kind of like is Dudley's. And then I get really nostalgic when I hear the opening theme or like the ending theme. No, I like this song. I just don't feel strongly about it. I'd be really hard pressed to choose which song I like the least. They're all just kind of like middling, you know what I mean? I don't dislike any of them. Remember that YouTube video that was like Makoto's theme, but it's as slow as her walk speed? That video got taken down, I think. You can't find it anymore.
You win. Prepare to
The 3S track that goes, "This is the true love we're making." Big thing. Double DP! It was a mid-air hit, so it was easy. Actually, I don't know if that mid-air hit even helped him, but it's easy in this matchup anyway. Nice.
prepare to strike. Now.
What about the one that's like dun 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 dun? Star Citizen but real. What about Pokemon but real? I thought that was what we all agreed was the greatest video game of all time. I'm tired of Pokemon not being real.
Final round. Now.
How long will it take for fucking scientists to somehow fucking attach a plant to the back of a frog? Mario, if he real, is the best post on this whole fucking stream today. Did you guys know about Vaporeon? Did you know that Vaporeon is statistically... I don't remember how it opens, it's something like that. I don't remember the post. I haven't read it enough to like fucking quote it from memory. That post was typed by Vaporeon hands.
You win. Now. Prepare to strike. Now.
Oh my god, the opening is even better than I thought. Played a bunch of erectile dysfunction. Hey guys, did you know that in terms of male human and female Pokemon breeding, Vaporeon is the most compatible Pokemon for humans? That's the opening line. Lord is less dense than air.
Heat of battle. Go for it.
I once did the math and determined that Electrode would float. And thus it should be able to learn Surf. Cryogonal was crazy heavy. And I remember being really caught off guard by that, and then I did the math, and like a size of ice, the size of Cryogonal would actually be heavier than Cryogonal. Which caught me off guard even harder.
You win.
I was just guessing based on Pokedex 3D, which, you know, lists its weight, and then like you can kind of see how wide it is based on its height. Yeah, the thing about Surf is you also, like, it's not enough to float, you also have to be able to, like, swim. And I don't know if Electrode could swim, quite frankly. Wish Pokemon games were harder. Don't you know about Pokemon Black and White 1's hard mode? Which is only available if you beat the game. Grimmsnarl can't learn Snarl. Alright, what about this? Growlithe can't learn Growl. In any game. Also, Gabite can't learn Bite. There was a very long time where Auroras couldn't learn Aurora Veil, but I think it got it. Or maybe it didn't, I don't remember. There was a super long time where Flareon couldn't learn Flare Blitz, but it got it. Everyone was like, oh my god, give it Flare Blitz and then it'll be good. Oh, Super would've killed. And then Flareon got Flare Blitz and was still untiered. Still ZU.
Final round. Now.
Mono attacking offensive mons with Fire type is just not very good. Flareon would probably be horrible for male human and female Pokemon interactions. I think it's just a coincidence.
You win. Fighters ready. Engage.
Arcanine is... there's like a million reasons that Arcanine is better than Flareon. For one, Arcanine gets Solar Beam, so that's kind of cool. So you've got like Morning Sun, Solar Beam, and Fire moves, so you can actually exploit the sun a little bit. For two, Arcanine has actual good abilities in Intimidate and Flash Fire, whereas I think Flareon only gets Flash Fire. I don't remember even if it's even Flash Fire. Arcanine has higher stats, significantly. Arcanine stats are actually high as shit if you've ever looked at them. And then it has reliable recovery. I don't remember if Flareon does, but Arcanine does in Morning Sun. Nice. Arcanine's better at breaking water types because it's got Wild Charge. Nice, let's punish. Yeah. It also has extreme speed, whereas Flareon only gets like quick attack. It's probably a few more. Oh, close combat. Right? Arcanine gets close combat. Or is it superpower? It gets something. It gets like a powerful fighting type move. I think Flareon gets superpower. And Arcanine gets close combat. Close combat's better. But the standard set, I think, back in the day was like Wild Charge, Flare Blitz, close combat, extreme speed for an attacking Arcanine. Flareon has like no edge on Arcanine too, so it's not just all these things that Arcanine can do that Flareon can do. Flareon like doesn't even have like a thing. Its attack stat might be a little bit higher. I think Arcanine's attack stat is only like 110 or something. Flame Charge, I think they both get it. That's not a huge deal, but it's not bad. He had a juggle there. Just a medium kick. Going for the Oki is maybe better. Yeah, that's Flareon's attack stat, right? 135, I think so. Flareon has hella high attack. I played BGC a little bit. Wow, that Crush Fierce. Ken could learn Surf, yes. I bet there's at least one like human Mon that can Surf. Like something like fucking Hitmonchan or something. I don't think Hitmonchan can, but I bet there's a Mon like that that can learn Surf. Imagine surfing on a fucking Tauros. Machop. I don't think Machop can land surf. Nidoking and Nidoqueen, I know.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Oh, the cross through. Imagine surfing on a fucking duck. If Golduck was made today, it would be Psychic type. Ooh. Leafeon is literally the contrarian answer. No, the contrarian answer is keep it in Eevee, and then Leafeon.
Now.
Sylveon's good. I don't think any of them really have a bad design. Charizard could learn Fly ever since Gen 1, actually. They couldn't fly in Red and Blue. And then they gave it Fly in Yellow, and then it's had Fly ever since. So literally, like, only in the very, very first release could Charizard not learn Fly. Catching a female Eevee and then going to get a male one so you could make it your Sylveon instead. In my Pokemon Moon playthrough, I actually got a female Primarina after like deciding that I wanted Primarina, a male Primarina. I chose it and I got a female, 1 in 8. I was just like, damn, I was sad. Didn't they change Gardevoir's egg group? There was some moment where they changed the egg group, but I don't remember what it was. Maybe it wasn't Gardevoir. They put something in human-like where it wasn't initially. It was like a Pokemon that had a bunch of Rule 34. It's like Game Freak saying, yeah, like, it's okay. It's okay, guys. If you want to fuck this thing, it's okay. You guys will literally never guess the Pokemon that has the most porn. I already know it. You will never ever guess it. If someone guesses it, I will be so surprised. But then the nanosecond I tell you, you'll be like, oh yeah. Appears in the most amount of pornographic art. It is not unknown, it is not Jinx. It's definitely not Superior. It's not Pikachu. That's a decent answer because it's like, well, it's probably just in the background of random shit. Or just because it's the poster child. I'm gonna tell you guys and you're gonna be like, oh no. Hypno! That's it. It's Hypno. Hypno appears in more pornographic art than any other Pokemon. Woohoo! Number 2 is a bit alarming too. Because you probably wouldn't guess number 2. I think it has more than Gardevoir. Last time I checked it did. Last time I heard would be more accurate. No one said it yet. It's not Lopunny, it's not This one is more traditionally sexy. Rather than just being a fetish mon like Hypno. But I'm like, you guys can't tell, but I'm doing finger quotes on traditionally sexy because I would definitely not call it traditionally sexy. It's more of a weirdest boner kind of Pokemon. There's not much of. So think of mons that give you weird boners. And you'll get it. I'll tell you in like 1 minute. Lucario's not a bad guess, but it's not Lucario. That's more of a common boner kind of thing. I'm talking about weird boners. Not Tentacruel. Chansey. That would be weird territory, I think. It's not Chansey, though. It's not Mewtwo. I think there's a lot of Mewtwo. Lapras is a funny one. It's not Lapras. The keychain, Miltank. It is Lugia. Lugia has an absolutely massive amount of porn compared to most Pokemon. Now you know. I think there have been 2 Lugias in the franchise, and one was male and one was female. And I think there's a famous story about the guy who designed Lugia, and it being voiced by a male, and then him getting like upset. That Dizzy Bar on both characters. A lot of people seem to be really interested in Lugia's body type for whatever reason. Perhaps it's the giant hands. I was always weirded out by that as a kid. Wings aren't really wings. Oh, nice. That's a super that goes through fireballs. Theoretically, every Pokemon has a cloaca. I don't know that. But they all lay eggs.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Legendary Pokemon might not. The lore seems to suggest that some legendary Pokemon breed, but we don't know that about all of them. Like maybe Mewtwo doesn't have fucking genitals, it was made in a lab. But Mew, for example, theoretically gave fucking birth to Mewtwo. So like, where'd it come from? Mew's got a hole somewhere.
Fighters ready. Engage.
I thought it was a live birth. They go into detail on that in the books. Or maybe it was something about Mew giving birth to all Pokemon. There's some like birth lore with Mew, but I don't remember what it is. Someone go on Bulbapedia and do some research. I'm pretty sure it was a live birth for Mewtwo. Because it's in the books on Cinnabar Isle. I think there's got to be at least a few examples of Pokemon, legendary Pokemon giving birth, but I don't know what they are.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
That's my chat whenever it's 3 AM. It's always cursed as hell, but it's fun.
You win.
Oh no.
Now, find a new rival. Welcome to the world of Street Fighter 3. Prepare for battle.
Arceus created the world with its 1,000 arms.
Go for it.
I read that and I was like, huh? Second Rekka is like minus. It depends on what version it is, because second Rekka Light and second Rekka Heavy are different frame recovery. Second Rekka can be unsafe. Second Rekka Light is still like -2 or something, or -3. I think it's -3. Diglett itself is the penis. Underneath the ground, it's just a fucking nutsack.
Are you ready? Go.
I would think that having sex with Pokemon would be significantly more common than real-world bestiality, since lots of Pokemon can, like, have near-human intelligence. Yeah, it has 1,000 arms, but it can only hold one item. On the plus side, you can't knock that item out of its hands. That's kind of cool. Provided it's a Z Crystal or a fucking plate, which are the only 2 items Arceus should ever be holding. Oh yeah, Ditto as well. I guarantee that there are brothels with Ditto in the Poké universe.
Go for it.
That's a kind of funny thought. A Pokemon's evolution is based on its like fighting capabilities and not based on its age. That's like an easy thing to forget if you play the games and like don't experience any of the rest of it. Oh, I shouldn't even say that. It's just an easy thing to forget in general because none of the media reminds you of it. People really like that fact with Nidoking and Nidoran female. Which if you've ever done some Pokemon breeding with those two, it's a bit awkward.
Battle. Go for it.
Nidorina and Nidoqueen cannot reproduce. They're not programmed to like have babies for whatever reason. It probably started as a bug and then they just maintained it. Nidoran female can give birth to either Nidoran males or Nidoran females. But if you're like breeding like a Nidoking and like a Nidoran, you can't breed a Nidoking with a Nidoqueen, but you can breed it with a Nidoran female. So there's like memes about fucking Nidoking being a pedo.
Are you ready? Go.
But like, just because something's like a Charmander doesn't, like the only Pokemon that are not sexually mature, literally the baby Pokemon. The only ones that won't breed. Avoid controversy, I don't think so. I think it's just because there's like some kind of coding error of some variety. Because Nidoran female was the only mon that needed to give birth to 2 different mons. So it's like, okay, it can give birth to itself and one other Pokemon. But if you were Nidorina or Nidoqueen, then it would have to give birth to 2 mons that were both not it. So it's probably just like, oh, that's hard to do. There are other mons like that now, I think. Tauros? I don't think Miltank can give birth to Tauros. There are some Pokemon that actually work like that. Like, Volbeat and Illumise. And Illumise can give birth to Volbeats. I think there's another one. But I can't think of what it is. But people frequently attribute that to Tauros and Miltank and like Braviary and Mandibuzz. It's like, oh well, it's the same mon but just different genders. But I don't think that's actually supported in game. Peony can only give birth to itself, and Menifee can only give birth to Peony. In fact, I don't even remember if you can reproduce Peonies. I think it just makes more Peonies. I think it can make eggs and it's just more Peonies. I think you just get Peonies forever. The trick is that with Manaphy, it's given to you as an egg, and then when you hatch it, it's a Manaphy. So instinctively, everyone's going to be like, oh, I wonder if I can breed it. And then the game kind of pulls a prank on you. It's like, well, here you go, here's the egg. And then it's just an entirely different mon that's shittier. It's just a really shitty Manaphy. It's Manaphy, but it has none of the good moves, and all of its stats are lower. That makes sense. Ooh. Ah. I wonder if that can work at certain heights. To be honest, when I see Gardevoir, I don't really see anything gendered. It just kind of looks like a weird wispy thing. It doesn't really look feminine to me. It looks just kind of neutral. Like Gothitelle looks significantly more feminine to me. And that one's can be either gender. There's another psychic type like that too. Medicham maybe? I don't remember what I was thinking of. Medicham I guess looks slightly female. It's just the weird lips. Nice red. Might be the worst engine of all time. Cashing out is not too horrible though, and when I say cashing out I mean just releasing immediately so you don't get punished. Necro could like super jump in or something like that. Mega Lopunny definitely looks feminine to me. Regular Lopunny also yes. But Mega Lopunny with like the fucking ripped pants. Ripped tights. How could this not be seen as feminine? Remember Megas? That was really weird. Remember Dynamaxes? Also weird. A lot of the Mega designs were really funny in my opinion, but like just about all of them were bad. I'm struggling to think of a Mega design I actually thought was a good design. Most of them I was just kind of ambivalent. Or like I thought they looked stupid, but they were kind of charming. But there were a lot of Megas that were just horrible. Like Mega Sharpedo. Mega Sharpedo is simply bad. Oh, it fell out. That should work into any version of Donkey Kong, I think. Or maybe it doesn't work into Heavy, I don't remember. Maybe it needs Crouching Opponent to go into Heavy. Both Mega Charizards are boring, huh? I thought they were good. Charizard is one of the mons where I'm like, that was actually done well with the Megas. Mega Sableye is good. I thought both the Mega Mewtwo's were kind of stupid. Mega Venusaur was just regular Venusaur, but fucking fatter. Canonically fatter, too. I didn't dislike the design, but just very uninspired. Blastoise was also extremely low effort. Like, I don't know whether to call it uninspired or not. It's like just very obvious. It's like, oh, what do you make Mega Blastoise? Oh, just give it a really big cannon. Like, anyone could have come up with that. A lot of Mons are like, the Mega form should just be the Mon. Mega Altaria is one of them. Just delete regular Altaria and fucking replace it with Mega Altaria, and everyone will be happier. Probably Ampharos as well for that. And Audino. Just delete regular Audino and replace it with Mega Audino. Glalie? Sure. Regular Glalie's design is not very good, but Mega Glalie's design is also not very good. Scizor, I like both. Hard to say which one I like more. Mega Pinsir is a flat upgrade, I think. Delete regular Pinsir, replace with Mega Pinsir. Mawile, yeah. Beedrill, yeah. Oh. I want Mega Beedrill stats on a regular Beedrill design, I think. Same with Mawile, maybe. Mega Salamence I thought was stupid. Mega Metagross I thought was stupid. What else? Mega T-Tar is just fine. Original's more iconic. Mega Manectric looked fucking stupid. Alakazam is whatever. No strong opinion. Ooh. Mega Latios is just the same thing again. It's like twice over, it's just the same thing again, because one, it barely changes, and two, they're identical. Mega Kango is kind of cute. That was one of the more inspired ones. Ice Cream Pokemon is one of the most divisive Pokemon in the whole franchise. A lot of people hate it, a lot of people like it. I will be eternally pissed that there are still so many ice Pokemon that haven't been made that would be so obvious. For example, an Ice Wolf. For example, a Snow Rabbit. Trash is not even really divisive. People just hate it. I don't hate it, but I definitely don't think it's a good Mon. Or like an interesting Mon. They made several that were just ducks. But Ducklet is the most egregious. Ducklet is literally a duck. Pidove was the same generation as the Ice Cream Mon. And so was Ducklet, actually. Fucking go look at Pidove. Everyone fucking go Google Pidove and remind yourself right now. And then remind yourself that no one complained about it. The Mon where I was like a guy with a fetish made this Pokemon was Serena. very strongly to me. I see the premise for that mod, and I'm just like, you know, someone had a boner, and they couldn't keep it in their pants. Someone wanted a little girl to step on them. That's Serena in one fucking sentence.
You win. Are you ready? Go.
What's funny is I think even now, if you use Seismic Toss, it does 200 damage from a level 100 Mega Kanga. Defensive Mega Kanga is like a super novel thing.
Prepare to strike. Now.
For Dark Void, they made it so it's 50% accurate. And then they also made it so only Darkrai can use it, so Smeargle can't use it. And it's like either one of these changes would be good. Why'd you do both of them? Now Darkrai literally runs Hypnosis because it has higher accuracy than Dark Void. That just feels really stupid. Nice, the double Dizzy. We never get to see that. I think Sleep is a pretty lousy mechanic, and I think Darkrai is a pretty one-note design. Things were so simple back in Gen 6 when we didn't have any good fairies and we didn't know it yet. You know what I mean? Like, Fairy was already a super cancer type, but the only fairies were like fucking Mawile, like Diancie and shit. And then Sun and Moon happened and they were just like, oh, let's go nuts.
You win.
Magearna plus 4 Tapus.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Mawile's a fairy, yes. Clefable was already a little bit awful. Toxic. But once Clefable got teleported, I think it truly moved into cancerous territory.
Alright, that's cool. Are you ready? Go.
Was there a fairy Ultra Beast? I can't think of one.
Alright, that's cool. Final round.
Magearna had Soul Heart, and that was like a better version of Beast Boost. Beast Boost, the Mon needed to get the kill to get the boost, but Soul Heart would happen if the Mon simply died in front of you. Like if it died to Toxic or something like that, Soul Heart would activate, but Beast Boost wouldn't. Craziest thing I've ever seen in 3S. Whew. It's funny you asked that because just today, Coney uploaded a video on YouTube of,
You win.
a video on Twitter of, he got to the rival battle with Ibuki and it was Urien, and Urien gave Aura's lines. Because Ibuki's rival battle is supposed to be with Aura. And that's one of the craziest things I've ever seen in Third Strike. No idea how that happened. The Hidden Doraemon in Gil stage is one of the craziest things I've ever seen in Third Strike. If you want an answer for like the craziest competitive thing I've seen in Third Strike, I don't know. It's probably that one match with Sugiyama and Misatsu, where they both played like gods. What about rotation battles? This is a pretty novel idea. There's 3v3 and there's also rotation. There's a lot of programming involved with 3v3 because like they had wanted to make it so the Mons on the left side couldn't attack the Mon on the right side, or only with certain moves. So like maybe some moves would hit like either Mon in front of you but not a far away Mon. But then something like, you know, our sphere would hit something far away. Japanese stage strike Tasser, Crystal Cube.
Go for it.
He's like the only one I know of. He's the most famous. What about Sky Battles? Remember those? Yes. If you throw a projectile at Aegis and it bounces back, you can parry it. And you should. Free meter. That's pretty crazy. I've seen variations of that loads of times. Oh, that one of Kuroda's Hugo, where he parries a Ryu doing reversal uppercut, and then the Ryu cancels it to SA1, and Kuroda does block one hit of SA1, then red parry the second hit, then Hugo SA1. Nice as punish. Ken becomes absolutely 100% bullshit once you know what Shippu can punish. He just deletes whole characters to like half their moveset. That looked kind of whack, but that's what happens when you take a throw into a mirror. Looks really strange. You can parry there too, and it looks even weirder.
Are you ready? Go.
Remember how cancerous Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre were? Just as Mons. The thing about Kyogre and Groudon is that Kyogre was like definitely better if they were matched up against each other. But they both were mostly like team support. I shouldn't say mostly, but like, you know, you brought like Rain or Sun. And then the Primal versions, they just killed all of the team support. And the way that they solved the fact that Kyogre just wins was they changed their abilities to be like Primal C or whatever. Desolate Land. And it made it so whichever one just came in was like won the matchup. And that was like even more cancerous. You didn't have the fun of like them providing team support, and then it was just like, you know, whoever came in most recently won. Remember Primal Kyogre running fucking physical sets? So it could Earthquake Primal Groudon on the switch in?
Into the heat of battle. Go for it. Final round. Go for it.
Cinera's that good. Intimidate's very good in doubles. EXDP for the second one.
You win. All right, that's cool. Battle. Are you ready? Go.
Your time is so valuable in doubles. You hate switching. So like stat drops are way better. Nice, as a punish. Dynamax Ditto is so bullshit, it's unreal. I can't believe they programmed it like that. First of all, so many Dynamax moves cost stat boosts, and then Ditto comes in and just steals all your stat boosts and outspeeds you because it's a fucking Ditto with a Scarf. And then it's Scarfed, but it can change moves and stop being Scarfed just by Dynamaxing itself, and then give itself more stat boosts. And then when the Dynamax wears off, you're just locked into the move. And then the downside of Ditto being only having 5 PP in every move didn't exist with Dynamax. Crown Zacian is legal and Incineroar is still the most used. Jesus. Zacian is absolutely bonkers. Regular is Zacian too.
You win. Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
I had a nice day today. I got a perfect score on my quiz in my class. And now it's 3 a.m. and I'm thinking about when I have to be awake for work tomorrow. Rillaboom that good? That's alarming. Regieleki I kind of get, just because it outspeeds the whole metagame. And like the big thing about Regieleki is like it just can't touch certain mons, but in doubles that's less of an issue because of the two mons in front of you, it can probably touch one of them. And it hits like a fucking freight train between its ability and being able to run like modest specs on it because it's that fucking fast that it still outspeeds with modest specs. I'm a bit surprised to see Rillaboom that high up. The big thing about Rillaboom that I think is really good is it's got one of the strongest priority moves in the game. But I wouldn't think that would be a huge deal in BGC. Maybe Grassy Surge is just really nice.
Final round. Go.
Great team support. Weaken those Earthquakes. I remember there was some mon that learned Earthquake that was running like high horsepower recently. It was because of Grassy Surge. Stack Attacka. That's a mon I wouldn't guess would be good. Urshifu I can see 100%. Amoonguss, I guess. I don't know, Amoonguss is a bit surprising, because Regenerator is harder to exploit in multiplayer. But it is really hard to kill. And, what's it, its draining move. The Strength Sap. I can see that being really fucking obnoxious in BGC.
You win. Prepare to strike. Now.
Do they run that? Oh yeah, I always forget, like doubles, a lot of moves. I don't think about that kind of stuff. Moves you only see in doubles. Rage Powder.
Prepare to strike.
I had a mon use Powder against me recently and I had to look it up. I like didn't remember what it was. I like didn't even know that was a move. It was some little booster that used it. I forget what it was. It was like a Quiver Dance mon, but I don't remember which one.
Final round. Engage.
No highlight was a mistake. The Violet makes a lot of Pokemons really interesting. I like it for a lot of mons. I don't know if I like it for everyone. The idea of like an item to make unevolved Pokemon viable is really cool to me. But the downside is you almost always see it with mons that were originally Final Form and then just stop being Final Form. Such as Porygon 2. Such as Chansey. Mons that already have like fully evolved stats. A Violet Dusclops was in my very first Pokemon team.
Prepare to strike. Now.
That used to be fully evolved once. Oh, was it Lilligant? It might have been Lilligant using Powder. Vigoroth is cool. There needs to be an offensive Violet so that mons like Vigoroth can shine. I'm sure Pikachu would use that if it didn't have Light Ball. I remember people using a Violet Shelgon, and the funny thing about Shelgon is it actually has like higher defense than Salamence. And it gets like moves like Wish. Wish passing with a fucking Shelgon. It's not good, but it was something that people use every now and then. Nice. EX DP so that instant mashed EX backup wouldn't interrupt. Although I think regular DP probably would have worked. I used wish passing Ments before. Intimidate Ments. It was like defensive and it passed giant wishes because Ments has a good HP stat. Very funny thing. I thought it was higher. I thought Trap Pinch was higher attack. Flagon was like 80 or something. No, I think Flagon has all 80s except attack and speed, which are 100, right? And Trap Pinch has 100 attack. I think. Sounds right. I remember when Flagon stats were considered good. Those were the days. Love that combo. Nice. I imagine if you just parried 3 more times, you get a kill combo maybe.
Are you ready? Go.
How do you guys feel about AV Limber Ditto? You get a second DP there, I think. I thought that shit was the funniest thing. So Ditto has Imposter as the only ability it's worth using. But theoretically you can still find Limber Dittos if you look for them. And if you equip Limber Ditto with an Assault Vest, then it cannot use Transform. So AV Limber Ditto comes in and it uses Struggle.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Struggle with garbage stats. The only way to get kills with Cosmo M and Cosmog is to put a Assault Vest on them, and then they're forced to use Struggle. Yeah, that's no. It once you transform, you're not locked anymore. I think you can just choose a new move. Pretty sure. God, Ditto before Imposter was a mess. With Imposter, it's quite cool. Very interesting mon. Despite being like one of the biggest gimmick mons in the whole franchise.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
I've been thinking about that. I actually want to do another OT randomizer. I was going to do it today, but when I finally got free, it was midnight. And I was just like, if I start doing a randomizer now, I'm not going to be done till 8 AM. I'm not very fast about my randomizers. If such a thing exists, I'm horrified. Dragon Quest 1 randomizer exists.
Now.
Well, not so long ago, I beat the Dragon Quest 7 3DS game, finally. I rolled around to playing it and I beat it. So it had a couple changes that I really loved. One of them was they took away the skills you get from mastering multiple classes. And another one was if it's not a beginner class, you don't keep the skills from it when you change off of it.
Go for it.
Which actually made it so there was way less grinding. Like in the PS1 version, you'd want to like master God Hand Hero and just summon her on everyone if you could. Yeah. Shorten the game's opening. I actually dislike that, but I didn't mind it. The big thing was they added the shard like detector, where you could tell if there was a shard nearby. That's like super duper fucking helpful.
You win. Are you ready? Go.
Pokemon that get slower when they evolve Onyx to Steelix and Scythitis is Aura, 2 of them. I think the Litten line, I think Incineroar is slower than Torracat.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Magnezone is slower than Magneton. That's one that I know because occasionally you use Magneton even though you can use Magnezone in the same tier. In some of the old metas, because it's like, well, Magneton can outspeed these things that Magnezone can't. Porygon Z and 2, I don't know. They're both slow as shit. They're both faster than walls, but slower than anything offensive. Nice combo. Wow, that worked. It's the most obvious chip out in history. I'm getting tired myself. Oh, very nice. EX headbutt to change the parry timing on Crutch Fierce. Ken's minus after a stand medium kick, but he's like point blank. It's quite an annoying scenario. A lot of Ken players in like beginner level. Oh, the fireball. Should have done DP. A lot of Kens at like beginner level will do stand medium kick and then instantly light DP on hit or whiff or block. Doesn't matter. Just do it. At slightly higher levels, Kens will do stand medium kick into parry. Both are not fully gimmicks. Both have some viability. Very risky though. Nice Fierce. Great pickup with the Crutch Fierce. Oh, he wanted the unblockable, but he didn't get a hit. He just passed over Yang's head, and that was that. Bad trade. Yang's not at an HP where you can trade anymore. It's looking good. He's dead. That wouldn't have killed most characters, but it's Yang.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Reminder that Magmar's Japanese name is Boober. How does it make you guys feel? Ninkata? I have no idea. Shedinja only has like one stat in its attack. I guess speed as well. Its speed is not very good though. Its attack is not very good. Its defense and special defense literally don't matter, and its HP is 1. And its special attack is bad enough that you just ignore it. So it's like, okay, I guess I will use attack and speed. It's the only stats I care about. Zapdos' Japanese name is Thunder. I think Moltres is Fire. And I think Articuno's is Freeze. I think. They all have extremely uninspired Skelify names.
Are you ready? Go.
I think the evolutions have stupid names in Japanese too. Sandshrews' Japanese name is literally like sand. You thought Sandshrew was a bad name. Let me look it up. Sandshrew. Japanese name Sando. Sand. Shedinja has like actual like meme value because there are certain mons that are like really good but just don't have the coverage to hit Shedinja. Probably the most famous example is Kyogre. Back in the day, people would use Shedinja and Ubers because while it sucks, it was also a perfect wall to all Kyogre sets. Kyogre just couldn't find a move for hitting Shedinja. Of course, that doesn't work if fucking entry hazards are up, and Ubers has the best entry hazard setters, and Magic Bounce mons are non-viable, and there's no like spinner, no good spinner. Like yeah, you can fucking do, you can send in a fucking the mole Excadrill or like Pheromosa and spin, but then that mon will just die. That jump medium kick was well placed. Meanwhile, Arceus is out here setting up stealth rocks, and how are you gonna fucking stop it? How are you gonna spin block an Arceus? You can't. It was in Gen 5 as well, but yeah, more 3 and 4. Which stealth rock for Gen 4. But at least there was no defoggers until like Gen 5, I think.
Fighters ready. Engage.
I shouldn't even say at least. Defoggers help Shedinja. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Oh my god, just take the throw. I would have taken the throw there. Oh, it's Gen 6 where they did defog. I forgot. Even though I started competitive in Gen 5, so there's a little while where Rapid Spin existed and defog didn't.
You win. Now,
Really goes to show how unrewarding throws are in Third Strike that you need that many in a row.
enter the heat of battle. Go for
Kill someone in 3 combos, kill someone in 10 throws. Technically speaking, defog always cleared away hazards. It just cleared away your own hazards, not the opponent's. Set 3 layers of spikes, go into your fucking defog mon, use defog. The 3 layers of spikes you just set up go away. Wow, incredible.
Are you ready? Go.
A super throw. Okay, is that the whole thought? You're in luck, there's several. A normal throw that's a super. I'm intrigued. That's a little bit like Goken, you know? I would say Goken is the closest thing to that. Goken being able to choose to land a super off of a throw. Oh, it's Shinshoryu Ryu, and also he just landed Shinshoryu. I would have just been like, oh.
Final round. Go.
It's like Unstoppable Jason, except instead of him dying, it's you landing the throw. It's like once you have full meter and you land a throw, it turns into the super throw. And it's just way more damage. That sounds kind of fun, actually. The XO exists. It was on Omega Guy in Street Fighter 4.
You win.
It did, I think, like 200, 210, 240 damage, somewhere in that territory. It's pretty strong. There was a regular throw, and you could turn it into the back throw. And it was always a back throw. It cost a bar. and you could choose to do it or not, and it added like 50 damage to the throw damage. Oof, he's dead. Let's get another look at that and check at Yang's HP bar. Ow. That combo just did 70% of Yang's health, and would have done more actually because the combo wasn't even over here. The super didn't do its full damage, and Ryu has a juggle after the super. So that probably would have killed like an 80% health Yang. That's horrifying. It was crouching Yang, wasn't it? I think so. So he took bonus damage from it, which is why I did so much. Well, it does a lot anyway. And also Yang is tied for the second lowest health in the game. Third lowest. After Akuma, then Ibuki, I think. It's Akuma, then Ibuki, then both twins. I think it's the bottom three. Bottom four. Shinshori's pretty strong. It's definitely viable. It's not even really an all or nothing kind of super because you can confirm it off of parries and stuff. Nope, yep, he's dead. Boom. Papa. Shinshoryu, like, this Ryu kind of makes a case for it in this matchup. You already have to go for aggressive parries versus Yang to win. Might as well make them just as rewarding as possible. I actually think this is a really cool choice, and probably, like, maybe decent. Additionally, Yang SA2 can go through Denshin, so, you know, that's a consideration too. Ah, what a great question that I know the actual answer to, but won't explain. That dizzy bar. Oh, well, come on! Confirm it. That was not a good punish. He might have been able to dizzy if he didn't EX Rika punish.
Prepare to strike now.
Oh, you know too. Fun fact, it's a different Shin than the Shin used in Shinryuken. For Shinshoryu, it's the True. And then for Shinryuken, it's, I think, God. God Dragon Fist or whatever. Actually, yeah.
Final round. Go for it.
I think Ora's got a Shin somewhere. Kishin Riki. I think the Shin in Kishin Riki is God. I don't remember the key. The Riki is power. Something God power.
You win.
Yagi Odama is something, it's like nighttime,
Go for it.
something nighttime orb. It's like nighttime soul orb or something like that. And then Tengu Stone is Tengu, like the animal, the mythical animal person. And then Ishii Stone. I know all of Aura's. Street Fighter 5 recently has Nichirin Show on his move list and stuff. I've always called that move Sun Disc Palm. And I went back and checked, and it turns out that's just the translation, yeah. I had it right.
Engage.
Nichirin Show, or whatever. Sun Disc Palm. It's funny how I called that by its like correct name, but I just called Chicken Scratch Chicken Scratch. I don't remember the actual name of that move. I can probably come up with it if I think about it for a minute. Nice. Yep. I'm pretty sure the hits of that reset juggle potential.
You win.
Yeah, they do. So even though he should have been out of juggle potential for that last hit, he wasn't. Oniyama, I don't know by any other name.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Nice. It's kind of funny thinking about it that one of Aura's moves I called the translation of its name. One of them I just called it straight up its Japanese name, and one of them I called it like US nonsense. And the only reason I use those three is because it's what other Auras did. Actually, original Japanese name, Oniyama. Sunday's palm translation of Japanese name. Chicken scratch. Random English words that have nothing to do with Japanese name.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Everyone was so afraid about Chicken Scratch not showing up, the chicken combo, in SF5, and then it showed up, and everyone was happy. I found out recently that Aura can do Crutch Fierce Crush Counter into V Skill 2 into no follow-up, and then Link Stand Strong. I don't think I've ever seen another Aura player do that, but it works. So he has a Crush Counter combo into Chicken. Excuse me. That combo has like full screen corner carry too, which is funny. I should just make a video showing that off because I don't think it's common knowledge. Take like 2 seconds for me to make it and people will probably be like, wow. Neat, Bath. I got a lot of Aura tech that I could just show off in videos that I haven't yet. Oh, the red parry. It's actually better to red parry the second hit of that. Makes it plus. I've never seen that in all the years I played this game. He did cross-up Tatsu with EX Tatsu. And with that timing, a lot of people are going to be taking a throw there. I've never seen that shit in my life. I've seen that from the front. I've never seen it from the back. You usually see it off of neutral jumps on cornered opponents. He just did that shit in the middle of the fucking screen. Jumped right over Ken's head.
Alright, that's cool. Prepare to strike. Now.
One of my friends, when he was new to Street Fighter 4, played Adon. And we lamented that Adon has 3 special moves and we called all 3 of them Jaguar Kick. What's funny is one of them actually is Jaguar Kick. Jaguar Tooth, Jaguar Kick, Rising Jaguar.
Final round. Engage.
Let's make some poo. I don't even remember what he said in SF2. Oh, what a good catch. Ryu's just like, you're not getting away. Probably done after this video. 16 minutes.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Good throw tech. Ryu. I feel like it's a New York thing. You guys notice that? I feel like there are more people in New York that say Ryu compared to other parts of the US. I wonder if it's something about the New York accent in general.
Are you ready? Go.
Or something about like some of the first New York players happened to say Ryu and then it just fucking caught on there because it was what everyone was already saying. He says Tatsumaki Senpu Kyaku. He says it a bit faster than that because you don't have to pronounce... The way they pronounce ooze in Japanese is a bit funky. You can kind of do... Japanese normally doesn't really allow for consonant clusters, but you can with the oo sound, often isn't voiced. Tatsumaki Senpu Kyaku. That's what he actually says. Bit of a mouthful, right?
Final round. Now.
Hadouken! Shoryuken! My imitation of the CPS2 noises. Nice. Good punish. Most characters can't punish that. Point blank fireball on block unless they're cornered. Kind of a hard thing to punish. Nice. Reversal Shippu punishes low forward.
You win. Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Very nice. It wasn't cancelled, he actually just like waited to give it a different parry timing. And also maybe he just reacted late. That hit meaty. Meaty sweep. That was hella funny looking. Timeout. Go back to that. Look at it. I wonder what meaty sweep is on block. Why would you do that? Oh, nice, the red parry. Beautiful. And the dash. Could not have been nicer. If it was me, if I got the whole parry, I would have just done like fucking low for a super. But he got dash in, stand strong, medium DP super for extra damage.
Now.
The gold Ken who plays on this on the outro videos is hella fucking nice. It's probably like fucking Cheetah or something. Someone. It's probably someone really good. Combo? Yep. Oh, we missed it. Waited too long. Oh, it's chip out. I would have died. 100%. That's a pretty annoying chip out to parry out.
You win.
I wasn't even ready for that to happen.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Nice. He really buffered a short you in that random low forward. That was wake up car throw, I think. Advanced. I do wake up car throw a lot myself, actually. Maybe I'm advanced. We should jump around us. Good trade.
Are you ready? Go.
Somersault. Ah. Wake up, that was 100% supposed to be an EXDP. And also Ken just mistimed his meaty because that should have worked against EX Hudo. Don't really like that engine. Ken went for double DP. There's actually very little opportunity cost there. There's a little bit. Not a lot. That's probably my favorite thing about the car assure you
You win.
is that you're not really punished for attempting it, so you might as well attempt it. You get a little bit worse, Oki.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
What about SF1 Sagat's voice? When you game over, and it's just like muffled as hell.
Are you ready? Go.
Tiger.
That was super bad. Ryu was minus there, I'm pretty sure. Necro didn't get dizzy, but then he didn't get a punish. Clean play by the Ryu.
You win. All right. That's cool.
Tiger. Uppercut.
Now,
It's very different from current Sagat, now I'm thinking about it, yeah.
engage.
Can of Sprite.
The during freeze parry looked hella funny. And then Ken did the correct thing, which is immediately try to punish. Nice. Classy DP right there. It's like an SF5 DP. It's like, oh, you want to jump out of the corner?
Go.
Pop. It's a meme kick. Oh my god. That has, the hit stop causes the, Ken and Ryu freeze for the hit stop of that animation. Normally you can't light DP through a fireball in this game, but if the DP connects, the hit stop makes the invincibility last longer.
Strike. Now.
So you can only light DP through a fireball if the DP connects. I never considered the tap voice line in SF2 to be Boxer's voice. I always thought it was just like the announcer. It is, right? I'm not even sure. 1. Does he have voice lines for other stuff? I can't think of it. I think he does, right? That's pretty weird if you like... I mean, I think most Japanese people probably know the English numbers. But it's kind of weird they're not using the Japanese numbers. Oh, I was about to stop. He picked a bad time to show up. I think he laughs. Reminder that it's lore that Balrog's fully charged dash punch, fully charged turnaround punch, killed an elephant. Balrog killed one of Dalsim's elephants with a fully charged dash punch. Turnaround punch, goddammit. That's like kind of freaky. It's the lore with turnaround punch. Why can't he just be storing one all the time? Why can't he just go like 3 days without fighting someone, then fight one guy and just bam? Or can he like not take steps while he's fucking charging a turnaround punch because he's holding his kicks? I guess they can also kill an Indian elephant. Is that fucking Pokedex lore right there? Does it mention the fucking India specifically? There's a few times where the Pokedex mentions a real world country, and it's always weird because Pokemon doesn't seem to take place on Earth. Originally it did, and then they kind of backed out of that. And now it's just like a place that's like Earth, but different. Can't drive while charging tap.
Prepare to strike. Now.
I love the animation of Necros, the midsection of his body getting zooped way the fuck back whenever he's eating Rekkas. Necros animations are godlike. Kill an Indian elephant. They must have been talking about, God, I don't even remember his name. There's an Indian elephant they added in Sword and Shield. Cool little scenario. You know what's always funny is whenever like a game mentions earthquakes, and the game doesn't take place on Earth. Kaparaja.
Are you ready? Go.
It's like a what quake? There might be some lore about Final Fantasy VII technically taking place on Earth. The name of the planet is like almost never spoken of FF7. But I think the word earthquake is used at some point during the game. I think the planet's called Gaia, but I don't actually remember. There are tons of planets named Gaia in the various Final Fantasy games. But like there's literally just like a few like clues to it. Like there's an enemy named like Gaia something. Ah. That's like how in Lord of the Rings there's that one line by the orc that's like, looks like meat's back on the menu. And then everyone's like, how do they know what a menu is? What did this word mean to them? It's kind of an irrelevant thing because I guess they're probably speaking Orcish, so we're like fucking hearing a translation anyway. Whatever word he used, it probably wasn't menu. There is a Pokemon move called Earthquake.
Prepare to strike. Now.
There's also Earth Power. Yeah, we know that video games exist in the Pokemon universe. Low Shorty X Rekka. Schminks. Not only does Nintendo exist, Game Freak exists. And they appear in almost every game. It's like, hey, by the way, I designed you. I coded your sprite. Imagine if someone walked up to you and they were like, hey, I coded your model. Except instead of like talking to you, they like talk to the sky above you. Nice parry. Oh, we almost done here. This is probably the last match. I'm gonna leave. Sorry if you just showed up. You should have come here sooner. Just go watch the archive. Pokken should have ended with Machamp dropping Lucario into a volcano. Or did it? I never beat Pokken, so like I have no idea. I never even fucked with Pokken.
Are you ready? Go.
In one of the Halloweens, they watch a Scream movie, and in one of the Screams, they watch a Halloween movie. Well, I just think it's Scream 1 and Halloween.
Final round. Now.
Nice, that was punish. Very good one. This Ken's killing it. All these things that just lead to fucking super on hit. There's hope. Denjin wins. There's hope. There's a lot of hope. Denjin wins. Yup. GG. Whew. Clutch. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Night, everyone.